Who's doing the intro?
Huh?
Who's doing the intro?
Well, you did it last time, so.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. This is the Thick and Thin podcast. I'm William.
And I'm Ebon.
And that was the worst intro ever. Okay, so we're back in the saddle again. I'll be honest, my stomach's feeling a little weird still right now. I thought I was past it. I thought we were through it. So if we have to pause, I might have to go.
You punched above your weight on them wings, huh?
They were so good though. I got the hot from Buffalo Wild Wings, which is like 2 or 3 from the top.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem that crazy.
For you, it does.
But like I have the mango hob.
Yeah, but even then, you still get a little sweaty.
I feel like that's normal when eating spicy food, to get like the sweat below the eyes.
I mean, usually that's an indication that you're near or at your limit, and you decided to go 1 or 2 above it.
You think so?
Yeah.
At my limit?
Or near it, like you're very close to it.
I don't know about that. Like, I definitely could have handled more. You know?
Your stomach clearly couldn't, though.
It's true. But there's a part of me that it's like, well, that wasn't the wings. That was like the ranch or something. Or it was like maybe something in the nachos or the mozzarella sticks or the onion ring.
Then we'd all be jacked up right now.
Well, we haven't asked the couple that we went with.
True.
So maybe they are fucked up and we don't know. And I still have 3 wings to go through. And to be honest with you, not terribly excited about it.
Or their hot ones left
Yeah.
over? Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm fine, but I only had a bite, so. But none of the other stuff that I ate ample of jacked me up, so I think it's the hot for you.
Yeah, like I'm starting to get the sweats right now.
Oh, gosh.
I can feel it, you know? Anyway, we're going to power through it. We'll be fine.
Have you checked with your stomach on that, though? Best laid plans.
I mean, like I said, we can always take a break, and I can go take care of business.
All right.
Bathroom's right there.
You just basically told people to look out for cuts, because then they're going to be like, oh, there was a cut.
Oh, I'm not going to just cut it. I will let you know.
Oh gosh! All right.
I'll announce it that's what's going to happen. I can feel it coming, but
oh god,
I don't think it's not there yet. It's like you can hear the car. Like, you can hear me sniffling, first of all. Mm-hmm. Isn't that weird? I just started doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but you haven't even eaten anything yet.
Huh?
You haven't even eaten anything yet.
I know, but it's just like my body is just like purging.
Oh, gosh. I'm scared.
It's like when you can hear like a really loud car driving down, it's like, or a motorcycle. It's going to drive past and just interrupt my whole conversation or whatever I'm doing. That's what I can feel it.
Oh,
it's gonna come by. It's gonna roar past eventually, so I'll let you know.
Past.
Oh, it's gonna roar! I've roared twice this morning already.
Ooh.
So this week, baseball came back.
Okay.
You don't care. You don't, and it's fine.
I'm just I'm on the fringes here.
Sure, that's one way to put it. And the reason, so the point of bringing this up is that when it comes to my sports stuff, you are very nice to me about it. You are very...
Why shouldn't I be?
Well, I mean, I would agree. Why shouldn't you be? You're very supportive. It's so funny, like, when you're like, did they win? I'm like, nah, they lost. Like, You're like, oh, I'm sorry, which is not really the reaction that I want when my sports team loses.
Oh, what is the reaction that you want?
I don't know. Oh, that sucks. Like, because sorry. I don't want to be like coddled because my team lost.
I mean, but I know how invested you are.
Sure, like
so
it's like, upsetting, but it's like I don't need more like pity. Like because I know at the core it's kind of stupid, you know.
Well, my reaction to pity, as you've labeled it, I wouldn't have called it that, but like I don't want to just be like, okay, what's for dinner? Like I don't want to just like blow it off. Like I know it's important to you.
I know. It's just funny because it's just so like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, it's like almost like motherly in a weird way, and it's like I know, but it's just like I know you don't care, and so it's almost like patronizing in a sense. Like you're doing that to make me feel better.
Well, yeah,
and so it's like.
How would you prefer me to react?
Just like I said, like, oh, that sucks. Oh, damn. And then like, I guess like, when's the next game? Who do they play next? What you know? Like, let's move on from the loss. Like, you know, like I don't want to dwell on it. I try not to. I know like my behavior. I'm probably very like broody after my teams lose. I really try to combat that.
Okay.
Especially the Lions.
I was gonna say I know the Lions. You were
that's different because it's once a week.
Okay.
And it's like the playoffs. Like that's gonna be
Okay.
But like with baseball, like it's an everyday sport.
Okay.
And I don't have high expectations for the Tigers this season.
Oh.
Like. I mean, we had a good season last.
I just did it. Oh, sorry.
And I don't have high expectations. So I don't expect them to win I mean, you're not going to win every day. It's baseball. You're not going to win all 162 games. It's not possible. It's never happened. So, but in football, it's like every game matters way more. So yeah. Anyway, in fact, it's definitely worse for you since the Lions have gotten good.
Why is it worse for me?
Because when they were bad, it was like, well, I expect them to lose, so it's not upsetting when they lose. It's like this is what it is. Like this is what being a Lions fan is. It's just losing all the time. So the fact that they're good gives me hope, which then makes the downfall even greater.
Gotcha.
So that okay. Anyway, so beyond that, I know couples that like cheer against each other's teams.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And I just cannot understand that perspective.
Why?
I just don't understand wanting to be opposing your significant other.
Okay. Why does the coffee machine always cut off when we're recording?
I know.
I in theory could be a hardcore Dodgers fan since California. So what if yesterday's game I was just like every time they had a home run, forget them Tigers or whatever.
I don't know if I could handle that.
So if you
were
a hardcore Dodgers fan and you knew that when we first started dating, would that have been a deal breaker?
I don't know. It depends on how you act. Because you can be a hardcore fan and not be a douche about it.
Okay.
But if it is like they hit a home run and you're like, in my phone, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, that's right.
You better be glad that I'm not a big baseball person because I'm a big shit talker as far as games and competitiveness.
There's no way. There's no way I could do that. Absolutely not. And there'd be a difference too. Like if you've been like a lifelong fan, because I can respect that. That's loyalty. Like that's honor. You know, that's American honor is being loyal to a sports team for a long period of time. So so it's like, okay, I can respect that. And like, yeah, you cheer for them. But if you're going to like gloat in my face every time or like genuinely
like how I am when we play Monopoly and I'm winning, if I was like that with baseball?
That's different though, because that's like a one-on-one, like that's I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
It's just different. It's just different.
I'm just imagining this alternate universe where I'm a hardcore baseball person and we are on opposing teams and just how I would act, and it kind of makes me laugh.
There's just, I don't think there's any way I'd be able to handle that.
Wow.
Yeah, after a while of like too much shit talk about my sports teams, I would be like, yo, like I can't do this. Like,
really?
Yeah, I think
like
so.
in the relationship or just watch baseball together?
In the relationship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But if they were just like happy for their team, cheering for their team, and not like being, like I said, like combative, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Be a fan of whatever you want. And like, even if you're playing my team, you can cheer for your team and root against my team, but you don't need to like
shit talk your team.
Yeah, because sports it's more deeply rooted than Monopoly.
Well, yeah.
Because there's
anyway.
family stuff, there's there's history, there's tradition that's I know you don't get it, but there's a lot like for a lot of people, myself included, it is more than just a sports team. Like there's a reason I still follow the Tigers. Yeah. If I was just a baseball fan, I would have probably swapped to the Angels or the Dodgers by now. I've been here for almost 10 years. It's like, why would I? But it's like, well, I have personal history with the Tigers, with my dad. Yeah. Just growing up, there being in so many games. It's like, well, it's more than just like a sport.
There's
an
emotional attachment element to it. Okay.
So like, so for you to just be like going after that and being like that thing that you like that means a lot to you and you connect with your father and like your emotions with, that sucks. That would be like, yo, like come on, like that would
feel personal.
Exactly.
Okay,
it's more than just a sports team. I know it sounds stupid, but it that is for most people it is more than a sports team. There's more in it.
Okay.
And so like I know a couple that somebody I grew up with that lives out here nearby, who whenever they go to a game or whatever, like we always go to Detroit games because we're both from Michigan, we're both Detroit fans, and her boyfriend, no matter who they're playing, well obviously it's going to be an LA team, he will root for them even if he's not like a fan of the sport or a fan of the team. And it's like,
just to be contrary?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that would drive me crazy too. Like,
how does your friend feel about that?
I think they're fine because they just do it back and forth.
Okay.
And it's like, that's like their thing, I guess. But it's like, that just seems toxic. It's like, why would you not want someone that's like supporting you and like the things that you like?
But if it's reciprocated, if they both do it to each other, then it's like no harm, no foul.
Yes, dude. It's
not one-sided.
The last thing that I want with you is like confrontation.
That's fair.
Like the little things that we do have of like, I don't know, we have like little small like discussions, disagreements, even I don't even want to call it that, but even those like get my fucking blood pressure high, like my heart rate going. It's like I don't want to do that. Like I want to be like calm and chill with you.
That's
like
ideal.
I want like, you know what I mean? And so like if it was a constant like my team versus your team, I would develop animosity over that.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I guess you picked the right one, and then I'm not a big sports person.
Well, I think it kind of played into it all. Like that is a factor. Okay. It's like, yeah, you don't really like sports, you don't care about sports, but you also, I don't know, this is maybe a weird thing to say, but you care about me enough to care about the things I care about in a roundabout way. Okay. And so like you'll never be like, that's dumb. Even though I do that with your stuff sometimes. Watching your little period pieces, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why are they using modern music in an 1845 piece? This is stupid.
If I was, that's something I would have an issue with, obviously, that particular feature. But I'm glad that you noted that you sometimes shit on my stuff.
Oh yeah, I do. But I don't think you have as deep of a connection with it as I do with like sports sports teams.
That's fair.
But yeah. But a lot of times you'll ask me what I think of it.
Well, yeah.
And then I'm like, well, this is open the floodgates for my opinions. I'll let you know what I think about Wicked. The stage play. Hey, do we cover this on here?
Yeah.
Hated it. All right, cool. And I have no problem holding that back if you're going to ask my opinion. But generally speaking, I just won't say anything.
That's fair. But as far as Wicked is concerned, it made me feel better that there were aspects of Wicked that, like, you like the music, you like the movie. Like, if you were just like, this whole Wizard of Oz world stuff, I'd be like,
yeah, or like if I was genuinely like, no, I'm not gonna go see a musical with you. Like, wouldn't
that would hurt? Yeah.
Exactly. It's kinda, it's like the same thing. Like, no, that's stupid. Like, and I'm like, sure, I'll go see it, but if I don't like it, I don't like it.
Yeah,
like,
that's
it
fair.
is what it
That's
is.
fair.
But I think like the few times we've gone to like sporting events, you've enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I hope.
For sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I've been meaning to bring that up in some fashion because I've noticed it several times with my friend, and I just every time I'm just like, dude, this it drives me crazy when there's like my friends are like, I'm like, dog, if you push it too far, we're not gonna be friends anymore. Like, get your shit talk out of the way, but just know, like, if you say too much, I'm gonna bring the hammer down.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I hope excuse me, I hope I can witness this. I hope I'm present when it happens because I want to know what that looks like.
The thing is, it's hard when your team hasn't been successful lately. Like, it's not like, yeah, we've had good seasons. Lions have had great seasons the last 2 years. Tigers had a good, crazy run at the end of last season that got them in the playoffs. Pistons are doing well now. The Red Wings are kind of a legendary team that kind of has always been successful. But we haven't had a lot of championships lately, and so it's hard to be like...
Hard to defend.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, no, you're kind of right. Like, there was a time when people go, the Lions suck, and I go, yeah, you're right. Like, they do. They objectively do.
Yeah.
And so it's like, whatever.
No.
I think we got to take a break.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got break time.
Oh, gosh. You sure you don't want to go in the other bathroom?
Should I? Do you want me to?
Yeah, because I don't want to hear it.
Oh, I wish I had my phone.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my butthole's burning.
Ew.
You know you ever have one of those?
No. Oh, God. Are you alright?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're not gonna bust out into I've got this burning, yearning, feeling inside me. No more spicy for you.
Can't do no spicy ever.
I mean, if that's the
crazy.
consequence, why would you want to?
It was so good, though.
But it's not good to you.
And we're back. I'm better. I think I'm good for like an hour. At least. So we can finish this podcast probably. Oh, I made use of the squatty potty in there.
You gonna just tell all your stuff, all right?
I don't care. I like the squatty potty, but I realized during this visit that there's only two ways that you can sit on the squatty potty. It's like,
There's two? What's the other one?
well, I'm saying, like, what do you do with your arms, right? Like, what's the position? Like, you either like sit like a gorilla taking a shit with like your arms forward, you know, with like your forearms on your like knees, or like your,
Yeah, that's what I would think.
or you're in like prayer position with your elbows up on your knees. I switched between them, and I couldn't decide on which one was better.
I would just rest the forearms on the thighs or the knees, I guess, for you.
Okay.
Shorter legs. But, yeah, it's just...
All right. I don't know.
Praying,
Are you
though?
supposed to sit up straight or hunch forward?
I don't know. I feel like sitting up straight would put more pressure on your butt cheek. I don't know. I kind of lean forward, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, because I feel like with the squatty potty, it's like spreading your butt. It's like forcing your butt cheeks
open,
apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't know if I like.
But that makes...
I feel like that's how you get hemorrhoids. Which is just stretching your asshole.
It's like taking the pressure off, I think. So it just makes for easy evacuation.
I think there's a time limit that you should sit on a squatty potty.
There's a time limit that you should sit on the toilet, period.
Well, yeah, but I think it's shorter with the squatty potty because it's tearing your butthole apart.
What? What? I don't even want to know, because my question,
Right.
I want to be like, how are you sitting to where your booty hole being torn apart?
I don't know. I just feel like it's like it puts more weight on the cheeks.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like, I don't know. I'm not a physicist. I'm just expressing my my experience. I'm just
Things you never wanted to know and would never ask about William's bathroom rituals.
Yeah. Let us know how you poop. Send us an email, thickthinpod@gmail.com. What's your squatty potty method? Or you can ask us dating advice, questions, whatever. Questions about us. What do you guys want to know? Send us an email.
Don't send us squatty potty stories, please, or any poop stories.
You can send those to me at Willie_D20 on Instagram.
Yeah.
And
Send those to him.
twitch.tv/William_D20.
That's a lot of information.
Share it in the chat while I'm live. Okay. So yeah, thanks for not cheering against me.
Okay.
I think that would have been a quick end to our relationship. Is that crazy? Is that a crazy thing?
I mean, it's something I've never heard, so that's news to me.
Well, because I know there are definitely people where it's like, I'm a San Francisco Giants fan, and I'm a Los Angeles Dodgers fan, and we've been married for damn. And I'm like, someone's going to end up murdering someone in that household. Like, how do you decide what kids get to be a fan of what, you know?
Just let them pick what they gravitate
That's
towards.
stupid. As a parent, you decide what fandom, like what sport fandom your child is allowed to have.
Seriously? Oh, okay.
If you do it right.
So
if you parent it right, they'll be the fan of the same thing that you are.
If you as a child showed a leaning towards... This is where I'm going to show that I don't know sports teams. What's Ohio? Cincinnati?
Oh,
Cincinnati.
dude,
What's theirs? Wait, what is theirs?
I would feel like Ohio State.
No,
like,
what's the baseball team for the MLB team for
Cleveland.
Ohio? Cleveland
Guardians now.
Guardians. Oh, okay, whatever. So
don't whatever.
Sorry.
The baseball.
So if you, I don't know, maybe your BFF growing up was somehow even though I know she was in Michigan too, but if she somehow was a Cincinnati fan and therefore you became Cleveland, and you somehow showed leaning towards that, would your dad have been like, get it right? Or he just would have been like, oh, well, all right. I can't see your dad being like, you cannot, unless it's Detroit.
It wouldn't have been like that. It would have been subtle and like joking, of course. Like he would never like be like, I'm gonna disown you if you're not a Tiger fan.
Yeah.
But it would have been like ribbing, like a ribbing.
Okay.
Like it's not that serious.
Okay.
But if she was like a fan of I don't know, I would have given her a lot of shit.
Okay.
Like if I had a friend that was like a White Sox fan or any team within our division, dude, I'm constantly. There's no way I'm not.
But are you that defensive over Lions and Tigers and Bears? Oh my, no, Lions and Tigers specifically, or any Detroit team? Like if somebody was like, I'm ride or die Chicago Bulls, are you going to be like...
Nah, I don't care about basketball. Okay. It's only the stuff I care about.
Okay, gotcha.
Even like hockey, I'm like, okay, like, all right. Like,
so it's specifically
I like
just
hockey.
Tigers and Lions?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I think maybe it's because I've never seen them win a championship. Now that I think about it, the other two teams I've seen win championships.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
So it's like I've seen them be successful, but the other ones is like there's a weird thing where like when someone's like your team sucks and you want to be like no they don't, you know? But if you can't do that, it's like just pent up. Again,
and I'm probably showing my ignorance here, but I know that like the fandom for Raiders runs deep. Just the amount of stuff that I see on cars and Raider Nation, this and that. But I've never, at least not in a while, I haven't heard of Raiders being successful. Like, how do they handle it?
Very rich history of winning.
Oh, okay.
Very rich history of winning. Yeah, recently. It's just lately they have not been. But back in the day.
How far back in the day are we talking?
I mean, they've won Super Bowls. So it's
like in my lifetime?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say like probably the 80s. Don't quote me on this. 80s, maybe early 90s.
So they've had a solid 30 years of not winning?
Yeah, well,
that's a deep fandom. Okay.
So have the Lions.
Okay.
And we didn't have the winning before that to boost it. Well, we won when like Barry Sanders was playing.
Okay.
But
I actually know that name. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Right, yeah. Probably one of the few, yeah. But we never won like championships with them.
Okay.
So, but anytime you bring up like the Lions, just like Barry Sanders, like people out here will bring that up to me.
Oh,
and they'll be like, did you grow up like when he was? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I was going to games when Barry Sanders was fucking juking people.
Nice.
Anyway, all right, let's move on.
Okay.
Our what do you want to call it? Our science segment. This is our science segment. This week, do you want to go ahead and read what this is about?
All right. It says sleeping in cold rooms can help burn fat, sleep better, and live longer, study says. A National Institute of Health study found that sleeping in a room set at 66 degrees Fahrenheit or lower can have surprising health benefits.
I feel like we might sleep at 66.
Oh, 100%.
Do you think? Yeah.
Even in the wintertime. And that's
especially in the wintertime.
Well, that's specific. Oh, wait, there's more I didn't read. Hold up. According to the study, here's what happens when you sleep in a hot room over 70. Less melatonin production. Your body struggles to regulate sleep cycles. More night sweats. Heat disrupts deep sleep, making you wake up more. That's probably why I don't sleep as well in the summertime. Higher stress hormones. Sleeping hot raises cortisol, making you wake up feeling anxious and exhausted. Now compare that to the benefits of sleeping in a cooler room. Sleeping at 60. You're scrolling too fast. Sorry. Sleeping at 66 or lower. Your body temperature naturally drops at night, and a cold room helps this process. Boosts fat burning. The NIH study found that cooler temperatures increase brown fat, which burns calories while you sleep. I don't know what brown fat is. Stronger immune system.
Apparently you don't want it.
Yeah. Cold temps reduce inflammation and improve overall health. And better mood and mental clarity. Cold sleep boosts dopamine and serotonin, making you feel happier and more focused. What do you think about the study?
I want to read the what do they call it?
Study?
Yeah, but like the methodology.
Oh, okay.
I want to see how they figure this out. But I mean, not that I would tell me anything. But I'll say I've been saying this for years.
I mean, I didn't know I had all these benefits. I've just personally tend to sleep in the wintertime despite always being cold. If I have heat on in the wintertime when sleeping, I wake up with jacked up allergies and my nose and mouth are dry. So I think we have the heater set at like 62 for sleeping hours. So
yeah, so
I didn't realize there were all these benefits though.
I mean, I tried to tell you that
all these benefits?
Sleeping cold boosts fat burning and gives you a stronger immune system.
You never ever uttered any of that.
No, but I did say that you sleep better in the cold as a general statement.
I mean,
and you were like, no, that was what you said exactly, verbatim.
Oh, well, okay, I do remember that discussion because I remember my response being, though I don't like sleeping with the heater on, it is hard for me to fall asleep when I'm cold. So usually, like, I'm bundled up with socks on. Like, I have to not be extremely cold to fall asleep. But then once I'm asleep, at some point, I kick all that stuff off.
But here's the thing: they're saying that your room is at 60. So like, if it's below, like if you're cold, I don't think they want you to be cold. You know, like they don't want you to be like like shivering. That's not what they're saying. They want the room to be cool. And so like you know what I'm saying? Like, do you know what I'm getting at?
Just the ambient temperature needs to be this, not your physical, so you could still be under covers.
You can't be 66 degrees.
Well,
That's impossible.
I know what you mean. Well, just like uncovered, I guess. It's not
you're
ideal.
not going to be uncovered. So,
then yeah, I guess this makes sense.
So I feel like maybe we're a little low is probably what it is.
Well, I mean, now
is that you're probably too cold. I think you can be too cold.
That's fair.
I think there's just like a sweet spot that they're talking about here. But it is interesting that the when it says over 70 degrees and this is sleeping at 66. It's like or it does say or lower.
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess that comes down to like a personal, like what can you deal with, what's comfortable to you. So yeah, ours just might be low for you. That's all. Fair. But yeah, I fully believe this. I've always said you sleep better when it's cold. I don't know if this constitutes sleeping better, but it seems like you have more benefits.
Yeah. And like I said, just thinking about how it is in the summertime, this tracks. Because like in the summertime, it's like finding a position where like for me, I don't want parts of my body touching another part of like I almost want to be like a starfish. I don't want my legs touching. I don't want my arms touching my body. Like, I don't know. Just, So this makes sense. I just didn't realize it had this many benefits. I just assumed it was like, you just sleep better. I didn't realize it was like all this.
Yeah, well,
that's good.
The more you know.
I know.
Cool. So we can set our thing to 66. You can bring it up a little if you want.
No, because especially in the wintertime, the heat would still click on.
Stickler.
I am. Well, I don't want to be all crunchy and jacked up in the morning. My throat all dry and gross. You know.
Crunchy. Yeah.
Do you think it's too cold? Set it at 62 for sleeping hours?
I'm great.
Okay. Well,
I think I'm good. I don't know.
Now, achieving 66 in the summertime, that might be costly. Yeah.
But, I mean, the summertime is probably when I need it most.
Yeah. But, high bill if you want to get down to 66.
Whatever. We'll just choose one day that we can do it. Just like Wednesdays.
That's random.
It's like just go to bed early, drop the temperature, and just get like all the good sleep in one day. Not possible.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting there like, I can just hear the money going out of our wallets. Everything's aired.
Every time it kicks on, like, well, there's a 15
It's not even going to be kicking on. It's never going to go off.
Yeah. Well, that's why we need to move. I mean, honestly, we'd probably end up paying more in heat than we do
just on the opposite end.
Conditioning. Yeah. But according to our friends, global warming, you don't pay as much anymore. Apparently, it's not as cold. It's cold. It's colder for a less period of time.
Yeah.
Shorter period of time. All right. Let's get into some tech talk that could possibly have relationship connotations.
Oh, okay.
So Apple's next AirPods will be able to live translate conversations in any language. Eye emoji, blown head emoji. I don't know how legit this report is because it comes from an Instagram page called the_rap_alert. But who knows? It says Apple is preparing a live translation function for its AirPods that will allow real-time conversion of spoken language during conversations. Scheduled for release later this year as a part of the iOS 19 update, well, they must have done some research, the feature will utilize the iPhone's Translate app to facilitate communication between speakers of different languages. This development comes at a time when competitors like Google have already offered similar translation capabilities in their Pixel Buds. Wow, I didn't know that. We do not pay attention to anything that's not Apple. It's kind of fucked up. This person's so funny. At Flores crew love nail techs, here I come. That is hilarious.
I'd be willing to bet that that's a black chick too, by the way. Because we have all, I feel like if you go to have mani pedis regularly, we have all been like, what are they talking about my feet?
Carol Flores?
What they talking about?
I don't know. It seems like a...
What are they talking about? Wait, I saw soccer mom.
Latina person.
Oh.
Soccer mom? Latino.
Yeah.
That just screams Latina.
Definitely higher on the suspects list, yeah.
So,
so big nosy energy here. I love Apple products. Their earbuds, I don't like as much because they're not very comfortable to me. But the nosy part of me would be like, I'm going to suffer through this discomfort because I be just want to know. I really do.
Do you think you could just walk through like Costco and it'll just translate everything around you?
I hope so. I would love that. I don't know. That's just a whole like nosiness level unlocked for me. I would just be as antisocial and introverted as I am. I would just be let's go to a crowded place today and just listen. Like I don't know. I would love it. Would love it.
Every translator is shitting bricks right now. They're just like, fuck,
their job
dude.
is compromised.
Hell yeah. All those people like the UN and NATO and all those stupid places.
Ooh.
All the, like, they're wearing like the headphones. I don't know how it works. Mm-hmm. I assume that somebody speaks and then there's somebody in a room that is translating into a microphone to another person. That's kind of how I assume it happens. Everybody just has Apple AirPods, just turns on their Translate app in there. We don't need all these people. Why are we paying... How many countries are there? 216 different people to translate to 216 different languages.
That's fair.
Like, fuck that. Let's just get everybody some AirPods, 4th generation AirPods, and we're good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Just in situations where I'm like, who are they talking about me? Did I hear negra in their speak? Like, I would just love to be like, boop. Mm-hmm. Hold up. I heard what you said when you said what you said.
See, I'm the kind of person who, like, if I hear somebody talking another language, it's like, I'm like, I wonder what they're saying, but I'm like, well, that's what I get for not learning another language.
Yeah.
I'm at the detriment. It's not their fault that they can, if they have the ability to talk about me in front of my face, that's on me. That's not on them. That's on me for not knowing.
But now we can know.
Now you can know, but I don't think I was going to stop it. And I think it happens way less than we think.
I don't.
Really?
No.
It is kind of a shitty thing. Like, it's something an English speaker will never be able to experience.
Exactly.
Because anywhere you go, people know English.
Exactly.
Even a little bit. But if there's like Japanese people and they're just speaking in front of us, we would be like, I didn't pick up thing.
But here's the thing, and this is
not
why
even body language, this
appeals to my nosiness, because I feel like if I fluently spoke another language and I wanted to talk shit about somebody, I would just be like, and knowing that they wouldn't know, like, I feel like that's such a like cloak and dagger.
We do it anyway in English in the same language as the person. Like,
I know, but like
quietly.
But we have to be quietly. Like, can you just imagine like talking shit while smiling? Like, look at your raggedy toes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this heifer got some stank breath hair. Oh, here's your change. Like, I don't know. It just.
I'd be so passive aggressive.
Oh, I so would be. I don't know. So this appeal. Can you imagine going to Disneyland? You know, just all the different cultures and stuff that visit Disneyland. Just popping them things on, just be like, ooh.
Yeah, remember we were waiting in line for something. It was the Mickey Mouse or the cinema one. And they're the one that's like in the movie theater. The Mickey Mouse ride.
Oh, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yeah,
sorry.
One of the few good rides in Disneyland. We were standing in line for that. I think this was like the first time we went, maybe, or like the first or second, whatever. Okay. It was early, and there was like a family of 3, dad, son, daughter, and they were all speaking to each other in a language. And we were sitting there for several minutes being like, I wonder what language that is. Like, you think it sounds French, but they don't look French, whatever that is. You know, whatever French looks like, they weren't it.
Okay.
And so we were like, they weren't. But then I think we also heard him speaking like some kind of Arabic. And through our nosiness, saw like some Arabic stuff on his phone, and we were like, got it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're like, we don't know that that's Arabic. That could be Sanskrit or whatever the hell.
True.
Like, there are like
some dialects. Yeah.
So I wonder like how much information like, I wonder like in your phone, is it going to be like they're speaking Swahili and like this is what it looks like and it's being translated live. Like, I wonder how deep it's going to go.
Well, I mean,
yeah, I'm curious.
I would love that feature.
What sucks is like we don't really know anyone that's like, hey, speak like Russian for me so I can test it. Yeah, like we could do Spanish, but it's like, I don't know. It's so fun. Aaron, my friend Aaron Chase lives in Chicago. He messaged me the other day and he was like, I'm learning Spanish, you know, for when everything just goes to shit. And I was like, dude, I don't think English is gonna go out of style. Like, I had another friend that just got back from Japan, and he was like, yo, I took like Japanese classes before I went over there, and like he was like, every time I tried to speak to someone in Japanese, they would just respond in English.
They were like, it's okay,
exactly,
we'll talk to you in your language.
Exactly. And it's like, so if that's happening in Japan, I think we're safe to like be like, English is pretty universal for the moment.
At least for now, yeah.
Yeah, like, I think we're good. I don't think Spanish is going to take over. If anything's going to take over, it's going to be like Chinese or some shit.
Or Russian.
Yeah, like, and it's going to be by force, not by like cultural influence.
True.
You know, it'd be land invasion. Like, here's, you get
and see if we had these, we would know what they're saying and what they're planning.
Maybe they just have a stock of these, and they're just like, you know what? We're not going to make you learn Chinese, but you have to wear these all the time, and we're going to broadcast things to you.
Oh no, I don't want that.
Too bad.
I want listening on my own terms.
Too bad. It's 1984.
Oh gosh. What are your thoughts? Would you get these?
I mean, I'd get the AirPods, but how often would I use the translate thing? Not very often, probably. When I was like bored, just like sitting somewhere. But then again, I'm like, why wouldn't I listen to a podcast? Why would I want to listen to these people? Like, I don't want to say these people. Like, assuming, like, knowing that they're speaking a different language, you can't say these people.
Fair, fair.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, just people in general. It's like, I don't really want to listen. Like, generally speaking, I don't give a shit what they have to say. Unless they start talking to me in a language, and I'm like, hold on, and let me turn on my fucking zoobity-bap, and it starts translating. You know, I don't know.
That's fair.
But I know that like the pros, and I'm assuming this is probably going to be a pro thing.
I mean, based on how it looks, it's got the rubber tip things.
That's just a picture.
An image they picked, yeah.
I wonder if like it's just active, and like, because with the pros you can like have stuff playing, and then if somebody's like near you and talking to you, it comes through and you'll hear them.
It's just like not noise canceling feature.
It is noise canceling. But you can turn on a thing that allows you to hear around you also.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's most earbuds that have noise canceling.
That's not what noise canceling is, though.
What is noise canceling?
You don't hear the stuff outside.
I know, but it's a feature you can turn off and on. Like, you can still listen to something and still hear ambient noises versus not hear ambient noises.
But this is, like, fed into it.
Oh.
You know, like, it's not, like, plugged. It's like a feed that gets, I'm assuming,
I just think
because your ears are plugged, so it has to send it through.
I mean, I have at work, the Beats that I have.
You can't hear me when I'm talking, when you have them in, and I'm talking to you like when you're sitting here.
No, not those. The ones that have at work. That have, and the reason. Like, if you have them both in, you can't activate it, obviously, with one, because what's the point? But, like, the ones I have at work, the Beats, if I have them both in and I turn that noise-canceling feature off, the person sitting next to me, it's just like, if they start talking, it's just like... And I can only hear what I'm listening to. But if I turn that feature off, then I can still hear what I'm listening to and hear them.
Okay. So I wonder if they'll be able to do that because obviously there's a feed. Your ear is plugged and there's a feed going in with the ambient noise.
Right.
So I wonder if they'll be able to do that live translate through that. Wow. So like if someone just walks up to you and they just start speaking a different language and you have your AirPod and you're listening to something, will it come through in your language?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Or do you have to activate like the translate thing?
I would think it's probably something you activate, because that could potentially get overwhelming and annoying if it's just...
It was like someone comes up and speaks to you in like Spanish and you just respond fully in English and they're just like, dude, that didn't help me at all. Like, I need the answer in Spanish. But I guess like you would have the app, you could like answer in English and then show show them or play it back for them, whatever. I don't know. It is interesting. I didn't know that the Pixel Buds that Google is doing that. I know Google has like a cool like translate app where it's like two-sided, you know, where it's like your side shows up here. Oh. And so it's like you're holding it in front of someone.
They can read their side and that's cool. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's a Google thing.
Okay.
So yeah. But I guess to bring it into like the relationship realm, as it were, you can meet anybody and just like there's no like language barrier anymore.
I mean, true.
Imagine, dude, all the soldiers in World War II, if they would have had these.
That's true.
I don't think any of them would have gotten laid. It was the mystique. They're like, oh, this is an American. Like, we don't speak the same language. It's romantic. You know, that's like a thing. And like,
I always wonder though, like how enjoyable, fulfilling it. Like, at what point is it, like you said, the mystique, mysterious, and then to the point where like, oh, this is just impractical.
I think you learn to communicate somehow, some way. You figure it out.
I guess.
If you care about that person enough, if you are that attracted to them, and you want to stay around them, you'll figure out ways to communicate.
But that's the thing, like how does how does beyond physical, obviously?
That was it.
How does the desire to want to learn more happen if there is a language barrier? Like, what attracts you beyond obviously the physical? I find
it crazy, like pretty much in any like World War II show, whatever, if it's extended and it has time to like do stuff, they have a scene where a soldier meets a girl and then they like always like end up like at her parents' house, like at her family's house, and they're like boopity because they're in Italy, my daughter, and they're like yeah, and you're like, it's a great guy, and it's like, how the hell? Like, you want to date my daughter, put a baby in her.
But that means one of them knew a little bit of the other person's language.
Maybe. I'm being an American asshole, but I think there was like, they didn't speak a common language, but I think there was like this thing with like soldiers, like, oh, like you're like saving the world, and it's like you're interested in my daughter, like yeah, like I think there was more, I don't know, like respect for like that kind of stuff, and I don't know, like it was a different time. It was a different time over there in Eastern Europe.
Oh, Sam Elliott's back.
Western Europe, and there was all darker days in the 40s and 30s. And I'm talking through my mustache. All right, done. But I mean, the point stands.
That's fair.
It was just different. But I always find that interesting, of just like, I don't know, maybe there's an American thing to it, especially like back then. But I don't know, America wasn't the thing it was in the 40s. I guess it was, because people were coming in droves before that. So like it
still was.
But I guess if you're in a foreign country, wouldn't you have been like done it already? Wouldn't you be like, America's overrated? If you're in a foreign country, you could have, everybody else fucking went. Why couldn't you? It's like, I feel like people, if you stayed, you're like, that's overrated. I like it here. You know, so like, why would you want like an American to like come in? I don't know. It's just a very weird dynamic to me. Sure. So if anybody is they have a name for that, like a child of somebody that's like a
child of
a person, like a military person that met someone overseas and then like brought them back. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
I don't.
I think
is there a term for it?
I think there is. I don't know it, but I'm pretty sure there is. But that's my thought, is you can bang someone overseas. It's way easier to communicate overseas now. But again, it might not work out in your favor. I said, I think that there's a mystique, there's a romanticism, a romanticized effect to like not knowing the same language, and like, I mean, especially if you're like young people, you know what I'm saying? Like young people, as they go, they
different strokes. We want to know what the person was saying for me personally, but I guess
I don't know. But like if you're like a college person, single, you go to France, and like some French girl with relatively groomed armpit hair comes up and starts like schmoozing you up in like either French or a French accent.
Well, no, I get the physical attraction aspect, because you don't need to.
What more do you need?
No, but I'm saying that like, yes, I get that people can be physically attracted to people that don't speak the same language, but beyond the physical attraction / sex, what compels a person to be like, oh, I want to get to know this person and build a life with them? What is that based on? Because you know nothing about them. Where does that desire come in if there is a language barrier? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you're attracted to someone, then you want to know more about them. Whether it's physical or not, it's like, because you want to be around them more, so you want to make them quote unquote happy. So the way you do that is to get to know them so you know how to treat them.
I don't know. I think I'm probably overthinking it, because to me, I can't have physical attraction unless there's also a mental attraction hand in hand. Like I can think somebody is fine or whatever, but there has to be something that I like more about you to make me want to get to know you further than just the fact that you're fine. Does that make sense? Like I couldn't just be like, that guy is fine, he was a good lay, now I want to know more. Like there would have had to been something else for me to get to that point. If that makes sense. But I have to acknowledge that everybody isn't like that, so I'm just allowing for the different strokes for different folks. I can't relate to that. I
mean, I get it.
Your phone.
The episodely your phone's done charging notification. Anything else? Go to Italy, folks. Go to
take these earbuds with you.
Whatever fetish you have, go to that country with these AirPods, and you're gonna clean up, dude.
And also take them to the nail salon too.
You can take them to the nail salon. Where else? Take them to Vallarta. You can finally go to that store that you've always wanted to go to. That taco stand that you were always afraid to stop at.
I mean, you can conduct your business in a taco stand without needing a translator.
That makes one of us. It gives me anxiety.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Tacos, pollo, pico de gallo.
I don't know what.
How much?
When someone's like pollo, carne, there's another one. What's the other one? What's like pork?
Chorizo? Pork? I don't know.
That's
not something I ever order. I don't know.
I know, but like there's a word for obviously there's a word for it, and then there's chorizo, and I'm like, I get them, I forget which one is which. And so I'm like, I don't fucking remember. Oh. El pastor, I think is pork.
Okay.
And so it's like, I always forget, and then it's like frijoles. I'm like, okay, there's beans. And it's like doing the translation. I just like I feel stupid and slow, and I don't know. It just freaks me out.
Aw.
Anywho,
what else we got?
This little thing was on the World Star. This groom. There was a wedding, and this groom is significantly shorter than his bride. She is a head taller than him. And well, let's watch the video, I guess, here. So he brought a stool. He brings out a stool during the ceremony to kiss his tall bride. I love this.
I do too.
I think this is great.
I wonder if we love it for the same reasons, but
I love it because he leaned into it, and he's not. It's not like it's obviously not a point of like it's not an issue for him that he's shorter than her. And that, to me, is like, this is a man. That's a man.
A man that's comfortable in his own skin.
For sure. Anything else?
Oh, I thought you were going to play more of the video. Sorry. I like this because, yeah, like you said, he has a certain level of confidence that he's not intimidated by the tall girl. He leans in. He's like, I'm good. Cool. Like, I don't know. Because I know there exist men of all heights that have to have their woman shorter. So
Yeah.
I like that both of them are okay with it, because also I know women that have to have the man taller.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, that's a hacky stand-up joke.
and I wish I knew how tall these people were. She looks tall, but again, does she look tall in her own right, or just because she's up against him? But
Right.
as a tall girl myself, who is 5'11" and a half, 6 foot if I have any shoes on, I think because I hit this height around 15, I used to buy into that, like, oh, you know, cause to make the perfect picture and the embrace and the kiss, like, I have to have a guy taller. But then I quickly realized, I was like, unless you're marrying somebody from the NBA, like, that you might have to come off of that. So and also in my, how old was I? In my mid-20s, I did briefly date a person that was significantly shorter than me, and I found out that they did not want to kiss me when we were standing. Like, we had to be sitting. And for those of you who have not been in my presence in person, I have a very short torso. Like, I have the torso of a 5 foot tall person, and the rest of me is the body of a 6 foot plus person. So sitting down, everybody is taller than me. Even people really shorter than me are taller than me. So he would only kiss me sitting down. Like, he would not kiss me standing up.
Something he told you, or that you like figured out over time?
I think I noticed it and then asked him about it. And he was like, yeah, well, it feels weird. I don't want to. And I was like, oh, okay, well, clearly we didn't last long.
You're a pussy.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's weird. Whenever I see short men with a tall woman, I'm like, good for you, guy.
Hell
like,
yeah, dude.
So
I mean, it's weird because, like, every guy, like, you look at like a supermodel, it's like, we like tall girl, like we like that, we like long legs, and like, you know, like a skinny to like hourglass shit like that. These are facts, like these are proven scientific facts that is what we like. So it's like, I don't think it's weird that a short guy would want. That seems like a get. You know what I'm saying? Like, that seems like, dude, good job. Like, you got what everybody wants.
wow.
I mean, most dudes like this guy, short black dudes, end up with fat, ugly white girls.
Oh, wow.
So good on you. Like, I don't know what race this person is,
tell,
but they're not whatever. They're whatever.
Yeah.
They're a person.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Let's keep watching this.
Okay.
No sound though, because they're playing music. I don't know. Yeah, it's perfect. That makes a good picture. The background, like, if they were a kiss like that, it wouldn't have been a good picture. Like, it's the Tom Cruise thing, you know? Like, on camera, just
why
not
wouldn't
gonna
it make a
look
good picture? Is that because we're conditioned that the man has to be taller?
No. It's just, it doesn't matter. Even if the guy was way taller, it wouldn't make a good picture.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, you would be more likely to do it because it is a man.
That's
because
fair.
there is that double standard.
Yeah.
But it would still it would look weird on a picture. It would just look weird.
There's too much of a height disparity, basically, here.
Yeah, yeah. What a tattoo.
I can't tell what it
I
is.
don't know. You want to try to zoom in on it?
Oh, too much. Okay. Ew. Is that a chipmunk on roller skates? What is that?
Oh, that looks like a Dr. Seuss character. Is that
the Lorax.
Yeah. That's what
okay.
that is. Okay. Nice suit, dude.
But yeah, I saw this and thought it was pretty heartwarming because you don't see it that often. But I like that they are both comfortable in their own skin for this. But on a side note, and I know this is probably feeding into that stereotype, I always find it interesting that in the real world, when I see tall men, and when I say tall, like 6 foot or above, they overwhelmingly tend to have very short women. And it's like, is that a fetish on their side or on her side? Or I mean,
probably both.
Because it's like, and I don't even mean like just a little short. Like it'd be like he's 6 foot and she's 5 foot. Like
Right.
It's like, well, he has to significantly bend down to kiss you. Like how does, I don't know. And rarely do I see tall women with taller guys like that. That's actually really rare.
Yeah, I feel like we're we stand out.
Probably, yeah.
Like we're walking down, like as much as we talk about people at Disney, you know how many times people are like, Jesus, look at these freaks.
That's true. And I know a few times, like when I've had to like performance or whatever, and I'm taller, I put on heels and I'm taller than you, and I'll rib you like, oh, I was like kissing a taller woman. And you're just like, oh,
doesn't bother me at all. I'm more affected by you talking shit about my sports teams.
Oh, wow.
So
that's funny.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
Anything else? We're going to Disneyland tomorrow.
Yep.
Haven't made plans yet, but that's okay.
Yep.
We don't. You know what? We don't need a plan. We did reach out. It's a good thing we did our research because I was like, we're gonna do a podcast in the park. Like, no problem. Like, there's no way they won't let like record. Come on, dude. It's fucking. It's just like it's an amusement park. Except surely they have hundreds of influencers that come in and like record this stuff. Turns out you can't bring anything in.
Not any recording equipment beyond your phone.
And they were like, if you want it, you need to get permission. So I sent an email to the, I don't even know what it is. The
Have you
press.
got a response already?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have to check.
Okay.
So we'll see. So we'll see. Maybe there will be an episode coming from the inside of Disneyland. If not this time, maybe we'll get like in the future.
That would be cool.
It would be cool. There's no way they're going to let us do that.
I was going to say, in all my trips of Disneyland recently, as far as like in the advent of podcast and influencer era, I've never seen more than just somebody holding up their iPhone and, earbud or whatever.
Yeah, but that might just be they don't want to go through the hassle of just emailing.
I feel like if it was easy to do, somebody would have done it.
Yeah, you're right.
And then again, conversely, when I see videos on Instagram of people reviewing different things or YouTube videos on a ride or whatever, it's never like I wouldn't say nice quality, but it's never like a professional grade setup. It's just like, so I'm on Splash Mountain.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's never. So that when we were considering it, I was like, I don't know if that's allowed because I have never seen it.
And I was like, there's no way. There's no way it's going to be a problem. No way.
And we happened to look at the FAQs of what's allowed in and not allowed in, and like audio equipment and all that is not allowed in.
Yeah, and the first thing I did was, let me call guest service or whatever it was, the thing. Like, I'll just ask because like, what's the harm in asking, right? So I called. And I'm like, hey, I have this little small time podcast that I'd like to like record audio and video within the park. How do I go about doing that? And the lady, you could tell she was like, what? Like, you could tell, like, in her voice, she didn't say that, but in her voice, it was very much, dude, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Or, like, nobody ever asked this, or, I don't know, like, it was very much, I don't know how to respond to this. You're so dumb.
Also, if Disney has to review our existing podcast, maybe we should, shouldn't have said that part. No. They're going to be like, oh, y'all are talking shit, denied.
Whatever, dude. They want honest reviews of their park. They'll come to us.
Disney is very protective of their image.
We're gonna bring you the Disney review that you want, whether they like it or not.
Disney, I am not held responsible for any of the opinions expressed by this person over here.
I'm sorry that you don't want honest opinions to make your park better. Anyway, anything else this week? Got any gripes? Any things you want to complain about? Did I do anything wrong this week?
No.
I made dinner.
That's not wrong.
Once.
It's not wrong.
No, I know.
Other than you're a vampire and don't like sunlight.
I gotta tell you, on the days that you've been at work and I've been home alone, it's been awesome.
It's dark and in a cave.
I don't know what time it is. I look at the clock. I'm like, dang, it's only 11 o'clock. Hell yeah, dude. I don't know. I just have no idea. It's awesome. I'm being so like productive because I don't know what time it is. I don't know. It's like a casino.
No,
you know, it's just like focus. You're just focused on what you're doing.
Sun gives me energy and makes me feel good.
Yeah, it's whatever.
So that's my only gripe.
Fair enough. All right, let's get out of here. We have some shit to do. Make sure you give us a follow on Instagram at Willie_D20 at
Eb_Nick.
Yep. Catch my comedy stuff. Follow me on Twitch and all that stuff. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.